Yo, 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 what is going on, my beautiful brothers and sisters, fellow radiators of love? My name is Jamal Pope, aka J Phoenix, and this is going to be your daily astrology horoscope for Monday, November 25th of 2024. Appreciate you all joining me in this video. Trusting you guys are having a wonderful start to your week, and hope that you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving, a wonderful holiday. I know some people are probably already traveling and stuff. I worked the day before and the day after, but it is what it is. And anyways, let's go ahead and hop into the video. See what we got going on today. Well, we do have that moon. It's going to be finishing up in Virgo today. It's going to make its ingress into Libra rather early in the morning here on the East Coast. So we will see it make a nice little, trine over to Pluto, which is now, of course, ingress into Aquarius. Will not come back into Capricorn, so we're going to see it here for the next 20 years. The main thing with today, though, is a grand fire trine that's pretty much exact. It'll be more exact on Tuesday, but it does create this multi-day kite, if you will. Now, a kite is what happens when you have a grand trine and then two of those planets that are trining are also making a sextile over to another planet or position. In this case, we have the Sun, Mars, and North Node that are involved here. So we have a grand fire trine here, and we also have, of course, the South Node here in Libra, which is opposing the North Node, sextiling the Sun and Mars. And what's interesting is that the Moon does join up with this as well, too. So this is kind of an interesting one too, right? Generally, when I look at trines, it does bring about this powerful punch of energy. This is fire energy, but this one's a little bit different, right? We have Mars, which is, of course, slowing down in Leo, so it doesn't have the full firepower that it wants. We have this North Node in Aries, which, of course, is being disposited by this Mars now, which is, like I said, slowing down. And Chiron is still in Aries, albeit it will be coming direct soon. Then, of course, we have that Sun in Sagittarius, which is wanting to bring about this jovial, uplifting energy. It is coming to the holiday season, right? And we're going to be start thinking about more about like our philosophies and the big picture of life and stuff. But this is also the day that Mercury does station retrograde. So with the moon, of course, here, which rules, our emotions and those things, right? Being with the South Node in Libra, we're definitely going to be really, pondering over our relationships, not only with ourselves, of course, but with other people. But we're really going to be pondering on our relationships and, especially with that Sun here in Sag and it's here with Mercury and Mercury's about to retrograde. A lot of these interpersonal relationships, a lot of these things, trying to navigate these spheres, trying to figure out, do I say this? Do I not say this? Even if we don't have similar views, can we get along? Can I build these bridges? Where are there communication issues? Are there communication breakdowns? There's a lot of stuff going on here. Now, clearly people are passionate. Mars and Leo, like I said, North Node Aries, people are clearly passionate. And, I think there's an element here where it's like, we need to be okay with the fact that we're not always going to get it. We're not always going to be perfect. I think a lot of times we expect this perfection out of ourselves, and we tend to be harder on ourselves than anybody else in the world, right? So especially with that North Node in Aries with Chiron there, we can definitely be getting down on our shortcomings, our scars, where we may feel like we need to improve upon. But like I said, Chiron is also about finding your superpower, right? Not just overly identifying with that aspect because it's in Aries, but seeing how can we take that to the next level? How can we actually grow from these experiences that we're having? So this is definitely going to be a powerful Monday. I will say that. I mean, we get all of this fire energy. We have Mercury that's going to, like I said, it's going to station retrograde. You'll see. So bam, it's retrograde at this point. By this point, the moon's come off of, the South Node and opposing the North Node and involved in this whole grand fire trine. But you can see that the Sun, Mars, and the North Node are still going to be involved in it. So we're going to feel this for a couple of days here, right? Until the Sun moves to about 6-7 degrees. and it comes off of it, but because it's the sun, you generally can give it a pretty big orb of influence, right? So, especially considering the fact that Mars is in the home sign of the sun, right? So, yeah. And then it's gonna be a moment. This gonna be a day where we can definitely feel inspired or passionate. We're thinking about these sort of things, and trying to figure out how do we communicate with each other? How can we communicate our needs, our wants, our desires, right? How can we communicate our passions? How can we find common ground even if maybe we don't see eye to eye on certain beliefs? How can we, see the bigger picture of things even when things are very, very murky, things are very, very weird. We got to still remember Saturn did just come direct, but Neptune is still here in Pisces. So it's very, very foggy. It's like trying to, even though we have all this firepower, it's like trying to take the best flashlight ever and still like trying to, like, you're in, like, say like you're in the fog in the dark, and you take like a really, really good flashlight and you think that that's going to be the thing that kind of helps you to get out, and it almost makes it worse. It almost makes it almost like kind of blinds you because the light's bouncing off all the water particles in the fog, and actually makes it obscures your vision even more. So I think that's like we have to figure out a way to take all of this energy and focus it in a way to where it doesn't actually like obscure our vision, if you will. Or maybe it doesn't have, maybe we have to turn down the intensity just a slight bit. Like, I think there are going to be some people that feel like just turning up the intensity of things is what's going to help get them through the fog, when really that's not the case. It's just one of those things where it's like, shine your light, be radiant, radiate love, of course, but also it's like that fog is going to dissipate over time, and we can't necessarily force ourselves to, try and just push and push and push and push our way through. This is not really a push, push, push through time. This is a time where it's like, okay, where can we take those steps forward, in our life? But also, we don't have to just completely force the issue right now. So, especially like I said, yeah, we do have some planets that are going to start coming back online. Saturn, Chiron, right? Pluto's in a new sign, right? It's in Aquarius. It's going to stay there for a while. But we have Mercury that's retrograde. We have Mars that's slowing down. We have Venus that's eventually going to retrograde too, because it's going to make us retrograde over here. So we and these are dealing with the personal planets too: Mars, Venus, Mercury. So that's the thing about it. A lot of the outside external world stuff we've kind of gone over. Now we got to work on our reactions to it and how that affects our day-to-day reality, if you will. And those things that kind of are a little bit closer to home, we're going to start to really see a lot of these things start to play out and figure out how do we navigate going to the drawing board when it comes to these sort of things. So now for the card of the day, touchdown, Saquon Barkley. I just happened to look over. That's amazing. I'm making this a little bit later. And it's interesting. I thought that for some reason this video was going to be a little bit longer. And I probably will make like a separate video on Mercury retrograde itself. So there's one card. Oh, I got the full card right here. I've got the full card. It's in reverse though. And this is a mermaid just sitting up on the rock. So I'm assuming this is talking about the Little Mermaid, right? Ariel, right? So don't be a fool and, go up on land and, give your singing voice away for a dude that, barely even knows you or whatever like that. I think that's the thing about it. It's like, do not compromise your integrity just because something looks shiny, right? That's the thing about it. Because just because it's shiny doesn't mean that it's going to be good for you, right? I knew Saquon was going to break one at some point. Let's see what else we got here. What else do we have here with the full card? Yeah, we have the Sun card as well. So yeah, that's what this is talking about. Yeah, don't compromise your integrity just because something looks shiny and bright. I think this is about how can we apply our passion and our creativity in positive ways. that's not just, completely forcing our way through or pushing the issue. I think we have to allow these things to come. I'll draw one more card too, since it's a little bit short of a video. I got the Four of Cups. Yeah, I think it's about being patient. I think it's about knowing when to strike and when to act, but also just trusting the timing of the universe and trusting that God's going to show up and provide us. Normally this shows someone sitting under a tree and a cup just coming out of the sky, out of a cloud, just being presented to them. So I think it's like we don't want to miss the beautiful things that are right in front of us and miss the beautiful, shiny gifts that are already here that God has already provided, So instead of just like trying to like force the issue and go up on land and give away our singing voice because we see something shiny that we think we want, we don't necessarily want to, fall for those sort of things. Like I said, it's still a bit of a fog right now with that Neptune in Pisces. And Saturn is closing in on it slowly, but we can feel it coming like a freight train. So take your time with this, be patient, take the steps that you need. It's going to be all right. That's going to do it for your daily astrology horoscope. I trust that this message will assist you on your journey today. If you did enjoy this, please like, share, and subscribe. I definitely appreciate it. And I will see you all on the next video. Peace.